The Toyota RAV4 turns 30 this year, and it is as yet clear why the reduced hybrid consistently positions as the top-rated non-pickup in the US. There's nothing gaudy here. The RAV4's emphasis is on finishing each occupation easily. It is useful, eco-friendly, and rough-looking. Accessible all-wheel drive frameworks add a little chomp to the expressive bark of a SUV that is best while handling recognizable rural undertakings. It offers a lot of highlights, and its wide cost range suits customers of many spending plans. A 2.5-liter 4-chamber and 8-speed programmed conveys limited speed increase for the sake of good efficiency. Past the alluring base cost, freight cordial inside, and reasonable street habits, Toyota likewise incorporates a large group of driver help tech and positive infotainment highlights as standard. 2 additional ways the RAV4 keeps on being difficult for opponents to survive. A crossover and a module mixture powertrain are likewise accessible, however we survey those models separately. Army Green, a paint variety previously seen on a few of Toyota's greater trucks and SUVs, advances toward the RAV4 this year. The shade will be presented on the Experience, and TRD Rough Terrain manages as a no-cost choice. A 2-tone variety combo will likewise be accessible for these variations, matched with either a white or a dark roof. The cost of the 2024 Toyota RAV4 begins at $30,025 and goes up to $39,745, relying upon the trim and options. Although we're attracted to the TRD Rough Terrain, we'd rehearse restriction and pick the mid-range XLE Premium. It gives a lot of standard gear that the LE and XLE don't propose as standard, or by any means. For example, haze lights, 19-inch wheels, a power lift gate, a moonroof, double-zone programmed environment control, false calfskin upholstery, a cowhide wrapped directing haggle handle, and delicate touch armrests. Toyota makes its setup of driver help highlights standard across the setup, so there's very little motivation to go with a pricier trim, except if, obviously, you want rough looks or ventilated seats. There's a 2.5-liter 4-chamber motor front and center, making 203 pull and 184 pound-feet of force, matched with an 8-speed programmed transmission. Front-wheel drive comes standard on all RAV4 manages, however the Experience and TRD Rough Terrain, which just accompany all-wheel drive. The LE, XLE, and XLE Premium can be optioned with a straightforward AWD framework. The more complicated AWD arrangement on the Experience Restricted and TRD Rough Terrain manages a company's force vectoring and can disengage the back hub to further develop mileage. At our test track, the latest RAV4 we've tried, a TRD Rough Terrain rendition, hit 60 mph in 8.3 seconds. The RAV4 half-breed, surveyed independently, snapped off an even faster 7.4-second time in our testing. The workaday 4-chamber can be rough, particularly during throughway passing endeavors, and the transmission on our test vehicle appeared to stagger when called upon for a downshift. Workaday depicts the dealing with, too. The conservative hybrid is strong and stable while cruising the highway, and skillful when pitched into a twisty part of street. Notwithstanding, it doesn't move a similar certainty as the Mazda CX-50. The RAV4's inside focuses on tenant solace and cubby stockpiling, yet purchasers need to shop over the base LE trim for an inside with iBid. That LE holds its cost down with fabric seats, hard dark plastics all through, a cowhide-free guiding wheel, and single-zone manual environment control. The XLE invests somewhat more effort, adding a subsequent 2-tone lodge choice, as well as a couple of additional elements. The XLE Premium cuts the trade-offs, done up with false cowhide upholstery, wonderful plastics, a calfskin wrapped controlling haggle handle, and a sewed and cushioned dashboard and mid-control area armrest. The RAV4's back seats are not difficult to stash, and they overlap to an almost level position, opening up the lodge for freight. We fit 10 of our portable bags behind the back seat, and 22 with it collapsed. The Nissan Maverick matched the RAV4 here, however the Subaru Forester beat it by 1 in every measurement. The RAV4 acquired Class Serious mileage gauges from the EPA. Front-wheel drive RAV4s can oversee up to an expected 35 mpg on the roadway. The all-wheel drive TRD Rough Terrain conveyed 32 mpg for us on our 75 mph Parkway efficiency course. That is a genuinely decent outcome for the class. However, the RAV4 was outperformed in that test by the Volkswagen Tiguan, which returned 33 mpg. For more data about the RAV4's efficiency, visit the EPA's website. Lower manages accompanied a 8.0-inch touchscreen, yet the restricted and the TRD Rough Terrain get a 10.5-inch show. The infotainment framework incorporates a 4G LTE portable area of interest and remote Apple CarPlay and Android Auto capacity. A JBL premium sound framework, root, and a remote charging cushion for a cell phone are discretionary. Most models accompany a different 7.0-inch show in the measure bunch. However, a 12.3-inch completely computerized check show is discretionary on the XLE Premium and TRD Rough Terrain and is standard on the Limited. The RAV4 setup brags and exhibits standard driver helps. Purchasers likewise can add vulnerable side checking and back cross traffic alert. However, those elements cost extra on the base model. For more data about the RAV4's accident test results, visit the Public Thruway Traffic Security Organization, NHTSA, and Protection Establishment for Roadway Wellbeing, IIHS, sites. Key security includes Toyota's guarantees, tow the business line with 3 years of heavily congested inclusion, and 5 years for the powertrain. All models accompany 2 years of free booked upkeep, a unique case in this fragment.